Hello everybody and welcome to Super Rugby Unlocked Sports. For today's preview as the Lions take on the Pumas. 4:30 Ellis Park on Saturday, and an interesting match, and both teams making a couple of changes to their teams. And for the Lions, their last Super Rugby Unlocked match, they have got a bye next week, and for the Pumas, they had a bye last week. So sort of the Lions can really sort of give this all in a well-deserved break, whilst the Pumas have had a break and want to try and get back to sort of match rhythm this weekend. So yeah, a couple of interesting changes, a couple of injury concerns. Pumas have a couple of players that have come in, which is nice for them because they've had a lot of players move out. Before we get into the actual teams themselves, please do consider subscribing. Bottom right-hand corner there, smash like as well. Jump in to the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I want some score predictions. I want some players to watch. Let me know in the comments below. So without any further ado, let's look at the teams. We'll start with the Lions. So two big omissions and one big player in it is that Gianni Lombard is not there. He has been ruled out for the rest of the season with an ACL injury, another ACL injury. He did one last year. It's a different knee this time, which is heartbreaking for such a youngster who I really do think, if he stays fit, is a case of when will he play for the Springboks as opposed to if. He's such a good talent. He's such an exciting player on the ball. A very good boot, lots of composure. And it's just, it's so frustrating for someone with so much talent to have to go through this entire injury recovery process once again. But hopefully, it all sorts itself out, and he can come and have a nice time after that. In terms of the other big omission, no Maury Vandenberg this weekend. He's out of the 23. He is replaced by Ross Grenier, whilst Tian Swanepoel will replace Johnny Lombard. Then a big name into the squad is Willem Alberts, who comes back and brings in some much-needed physicality into the side. So if you look at it, Ruan Dre's on the side, ex-Springbok. He replaces Steve Satole. He's been very good this week, the last couple of weeks. The standard loose trio, Alton Yankees leads the side, the same backline, apart from Grenier and Swanepoel in. So lots of pace in Pienaar and Swasan. And at the moment, the way he's playing, I think the Lions' game plan should just be give the ball to Similani. Half a gap. He needs half a gap and he'll create something. He's such a confidence player. He just looks like as soon as he gets the ball, something's going to happen. The team sort of sits up and goes, all right, what's going to happen? He can offload, he can step. He's got a deceptive turn of pace. He's very, very... He's got all the everything he needs in his arsenal to become a really good player. And Berger Odendaal will go a long way in trying to unlock that sort of potential by trying to be a bit of a hard running centre, sort of try and give Similani some space. So and they sort of need to nurture a bit of a partnership for the Lions going forward. Apart from that, you look on the bench. Achiba Daimani comes in, as did Vian Herbst. Marvin Ory sits on the bench this weekend. Divan Rousseau is back into the match 2023. Dan Creel will start on the bench, and Andre Warner will be on the bench as well. I was hoping to try and potentially see Asanate and Kabakanya, who's a very talented 21-year-old tight head at the Lions, one of the top players during the Under-21 Championship. So I was hoping to try and see we might have seen him this weekend, but not to be. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. But a strong side. Yes, a couple of changes, but a strong side. Very interested to see how Ruan Drea does at loose. He is a tight head by trade, but there just seems to be a lot of tight heads within the Lions setup at the moment. So. He's something that struggles sometimes with a couple of penalties, so it'll be very interesting to see how he fares there. Looking at the Pumas, Peter Janssen van Vuuren will, as usual, captain the side. Two big omissions for me is Nino Maritz and Ginter Smuts. Ginter Smuts is on the bench, Maritz out of the 23 itself. But Fiala Borshoff playing there, very good, talented young player. Very good, interesting to see how he goes. A pretty standard front row apart from that. And then obviously with Jean-De Rudolph leaving, a bit of a change within the loose trio. Pumzile Makondwana comes in as well. Christopher September starts this weekend ahead of Ginsmas, and we'll be interested to see how he does on his debut for the Pumas there. And so it's a good side, and I think players like Wayne van der Bank are going to have to take a lot of responsibility this weekend. He is playing against his old side, so there's a chance for him to sort of prove them wrong or make a statement, or as I keep saying, a bit of an audition. At the end of the day, yes, he's playing for the Pumas at the moment, but players like him would come back to a Lions or a Stormers, or I think in a heartbeat. That is the top level of rugby playing within South Africa. So, a lot of the time it's moving to Pumas to try and prove that you're good enough, get game time, work your way into somewhere else, into a starting position at a top union. He's still young enough to still have a couple of good years left in him. So, I think it's going to be a case of both teams having to execute their game plans more accurately. They've had opportunities across the competition to win more points. both during games and on the log itself, and they just have struggled to try and take the opportunities all the time. This is why Lions are sitting with 3 close losses, lots of losing bonus points. Where if they scored an extra try in Stormers, Sharks, Bulls, they win all those games, top of the log, they win the Super Rugby Unlocked. It's been that close for the Lions, who have had really good moments, but also just sometimes lack the discipline, lack the clinical edge needed to get those results. So it's a good time to try and put that into practice this weekend. Pumas as well. They've proven that they can go toe to toe with the best teams. They should have beaten the Stormers, which would have been a massive statement. So they'll take a lot of confidence out of that, and they need to go and exploit the Lions and try and take the game to the Lions, and not just sort of be a reactive team. The way that they really took on the Stormers, they should have won the game. They really threw it away with some poor defending in the second half. But the way that they took the game to them kind of shocked Stormers, and it kind of just played them off the park for a lot of the time. And thankfully, the Stormers bench, thankfully for the Stormers, the bench came on and did a good job. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I want score predictions, players to watch. What do you think is going to happen? What are some of the battles to look out for? I'm interested to see in the fly half battle. The front row battle is always going to be interesting. And I'm also like to see how Wayne van der Bank plays against Burger Undal, who's still settling in at Lions, and Wayne van der Bank's been very good for the Pumas. So let me know what you think below. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you very, very soon.